This is what it's all about, and I appreciate that. I'm going to now invite Mary Wallachy up to share some thoughts with you.
I'm not going to tell a story, though. I didn't sign up for following that act. How are you, boys and girls? Good morning. Thank you so much for being here with us. And thank you all for being here with us. I know we have a number of dignitaries in the room, and we're going to introduce them shortly, but I'm going to do my part first. So, I don't know how many of you remember, but 10 years ago, right after John Davis from the Davis Foundation read some material, a report, and at the time it said, unfortunately, that only 33% of the children in Springfield could read proficiently by the end of third grade. Well, John wasn't very happy about that piece of data. And as a foundation, we had been working in education for quite a while and really felt that maybe we needed to take a different direction. Maybe we really needed to focus on making sure that all these beautiful children read proficiently by the end of third grade. So we embarked in 2009. In fact, some of you are old enough, like me, to remember that we kicked off the Reading Success by Fourth Grade campaign in the rotunda of the Springfield Public Library. Mr. Mayor, I think you were there. Representative might have been there as well. And we said that we were going to take time and develop a campaign and work with all of the wonderful people here today to all work together to see if we can make sure that every child in Springfield reads proficiently. Now, we've been doing that for 10 years, and we've been led by a very wonderful lady, Sally Fuller, who's here. And I also want to acknowledge that we have one member of the Davis family with us today, and that's Drew Davis, John's son. And so we've been working very hard with all of you in partnership to work on building children's reading skills. Frankly, we still have more work to do. Right now, 44% of the children in Springfield read proficiently by the end of third grade, so we still have a lot of work to do. And while the foundation has been very excited to be a part of a campaign in partnership with the city, the school department, all of our community partners, we felt that it was important that we take this initiative and we put it in the community, not in the Monarch Tower up in our office, but rather that we further embed it in the community so that we can get a partnership with all of you to keep doing this really important work. So we thought about that. The other thing that happened is Sally decided she should retire, although you can see by her presence here, she's not doing all that well with that retirement program, and we're so happy that she is here. We've had a lot of successes. We've been named an All-America City. We've been a pace setter community with the Campaign for Grade Level Reading. We're very proud at the Davis Foundation of working with all of you, but we want this initiative to be owned by the community. And as a result of that, we brought together some experts and we said, what should we do with this work? We need to make sure that it continues, but with Sally's retirement, we had an opportunity to think differently about how to continue this important work. We brought an advisory committee together. Some of you are here today. We hired a consultant. That's what foundations do. They hire consultants to help us think big. And we embarked on an opportunity to say, where is the best place to keep this work going? And I am pleased to report that the result of that research told us that the Springfield Public Library is the place to keep the initiative Reading Success by Fourth Grade moving forward. So in a public-private partnership with the Davis Foundation and the city and the school and the libraries, we are going to continue to support this work, but we are going to support it through a partnership with the library. The foundation has pledged 3 years of funding to continue the infrastructure and staffing of the initiative, but we also really want to make it clear that we are committed to all of the work that's happening in all the partnering organizations. We are not going away. We are going to continue our focus on reading success. However, we want to do it in a deeper relationship and partnership, in a public-private partnership with our city and our public library. So that's my job today, and at this point, I'd like to introduce Molly Fogarty. Where is Molly? Oh, there you are, who is the lady in charge of the library system in the city of Springfield.
Well, thank you and good morning. And I can't tell you how thrilled we are, the Library Commission, and we have two of our commissioners here today, Tim Moriarty, just wave, and Megan Lungi. We have 7-member commission that are appointed by Mayor Sarno, and they are totally devoted residents of Springfield who want to make this the best library system, and they're wonderful to work with. And I know a lot of people are going to be recognized, but I definitely have to recognize Helen Carlton-Harris, Health and Human Services Commissioner, who the Library Department is part of the Health and Human Services Division, and without Helen's help, leadership, guidance, we wouldn't be here today. So thank you, Helen, with all your busy schedule, for being here as well. Thank you. The public library is really an ideal partner. We have been partnering with the Davis Foundation since 2009, and before that, on reading initiatives, on making sure that our residents, our children, our families are becoming reading proficient. And we do that through, how many of you children have library cards? Raise your hands. Well, those of you who don't, make sure your moms and dads and teachers make sure you get your library cards, because that's the first step in getting books into your home. We know that getting books into children's homes is a key to reading proficiency. And we, last year, families in Springfield borrowed over 600,000 items. 200,000 of those were children's books that went into children's homes and were read to the children and by the children. That is key to keeping reading going. Also, we have so many initiatives. We start from birth with our Small Talk Springfield program, which again was a collaboration with the Davis Foundation. We have workshops for parents, and we teach them how to talk to their children so that their children will then be able to be successful as they grow up. And we actually have vests that the parents take home, and their children wear for about an hour a day, and their talking is recorded and analyzed, and parents get feedback on ways to improve their interactions with their babies. So we started birth through our early literacy team and programming. We know that enjoyment of reading makes proficient readers. So we do lots of reading incentive programs, our summer learning, Read to Me program, our programs throughout the city. We have 9 locations, so we find you wherever you are in the city, and we reach out to you. Last year, we had over 40,000 children that participated in reading programs at the library. That is huge. Thank you. And we also are an early childhood resource center, which is funded by the Department of Early Childhood and Care, and that provides learning materials that you can borrow, again, with your library card. We do workshops for parents and teachers and caregivers, and again, make sure that we're getting out to the community and reaching our partners. But I have to say, we are so honored to get this. It's like we're getting custody. I was saying to Mary earlier, we're getting custody of this program, and we're really thrilled that we have the trust of the Davis Foundation, because I know this was their baby, and we're just really thrilled to get it back. And just to, on the other end, if there are adults that somehow just aren't reading proficient by 4th grade and have problems with high school and dropping out, we find you and we get you into our Read Right Now adult literacy program as well. So we get you from birth, wherever you are, we want you to read. That's a key initiative of our mission. Our current mission is that we are the literacy center and for the city, and we are so excited to be here. And thank you all, and make sure you all have your library cards. Thank you, and I'd like to introduce our wonderful mayor who has been so supportive of the library system through all my years here. Thank you. Not that you need an introduction.
Is DeBerry in the house? Is DeBerry in the house? I think DeBerry's in the house. I want to thank my colleagues in government who are here. City Councilor Jesse Letterman. Jesse, thank you for being here. School committee woman Latonia Naylor is here. She's done a wonderful job on the school committee. And the state representative, and my friend for this district, Buddy Williams. Put your hands together for them, please. I also want to thank my library commissioners that are here, the elegant and eloquent Commissioner of Health and Human Services. She loves when I say that. Helen Carlton-Harris, Molly Fogarty, and I want to also thank the school department representatives that are here. Dr. Yolanda Johnson, I know, is here, and Laura Mendez is here, who taught my kids at Frederick Harris School, and I remember preschool, so about how important reading is, reading to my daughters when they were younger. Now they're in college at the Elms and one right down the road at AIC. I want to really extend thanks to the Davis Foundation, Mary Wallachie, the Davis family, and Sally Fuller. In their DNA is education and kids just like you. And though we've made some strides in reading, there's more to be done. They have ponied up the money, so we've been able to do this program. And now it's time to pass the torch to the city through the library department. And we're going to take that over in working in this public and private partnership. And do you know who we're doing that for? Who are we doing that for? Not the shark. We're doing that for you. How many of you kids enjoy reading? Raise your hands. Every hand should go up. You open up that book. You open up that book. Besides computers, which are good too, but you open up that book, you're in another world. You're at the Great Wall of China. You're at the ocean. You're in a castle. You're back in history by just opening up that book and reading that book. And a lot of times when you're reading, you're having fun. And while you're having fun, you're learning. You're learning. And you know what's cool? Being smart. That's what's cool. And don't be afraid to raise your hand and ask questions. And if one of your classmates giggles a little bit, do you know why they're giggling? Do you know why they're giggling? Because they don't know the answer either. But you have the fortitude. You're eager. You want to learn. I want to know. Like we had the great reading of that book, The Shark. Did we have fun with that book? Yeah. So, again, to the Davis Foundation, thank you for your continued belief and investment, not only in the city of Springfield, but for our children. I need your help. State Representative Buddy Williams needs your help. School Committee Woman Latonia Naylor needs your help. City Councilor Jesse Letterman needs your help. I need you to help me out now. And then as you get a little bit older, I need you to step forward. Because some of you here, believe it or not, as you get older, because you're reading and being smart, are going to be leaders here in the city of Springfield. Some of you are going to be leaders in the Commonwealth of Massachusetts. Some of you are going to be leaders in the United States of America. And even some of you are going to be leaders in the world. That's right. Some of you might be in front of the camera in the public. Some might be behind the scenes, solving problems and making for a better community. Not too long ago, well, maybe a few years ago, I sat where you sat many, many years ago. And now I have the honor and privilege of being mayor of the city of Springfield. So I'm telling each and every one of you, especially if you're reading, you got to read, you can do the same if not better. Can you do that for me? Yeah. Can you do that for me? Proud of each and every one of you. Keep up your good work. And again, to the Davis Foundation and to my city side team, thank you for keeping this great public-private collaboration going, all for you kids. So are we going to read? Yeah! Are you going to read a lot? Yeah! Are you going to have fun reading? Yeah! Are you going to learn? Yeah! Are you going to lead? Yeah! Proud of you all. Now let's put your hands together for the state representative, Buddy Williams.
Good morning, boys and girls. As a former teacher at DeBerry School, 4th grade, and Dr. Brian Robinson was a principal over there. What a glorious day. I really want to tip my hat off to the Davis Foundation and Mary Wallachie and Sally Fuller, who, I don't know if you're semi-retired or retired, or we're going to have another retirement party, but we want to thank you. I also want to recognize Dr. McFadden, Defina McFadden. I think she represented UMass President's Office. Thank you for coming. Give her a hand. She's higher education. Hopefully you'll get there. This is so critical and so important that we read, and the Davis Foundation gets it. They put their money where their mouth is to help foster education. On this coming Friday, we will be debating the governor's budget, the House budget, and the Senate budget in terms of the educational funding. That 215, when the foundation came back and said we didn't invest enough resources in our individuals. That's going to be a very important day, and I sit on the educational committee. In Massachusetts, which we say we have the best system, one of the best systems in the whole wide country and probably the world. That's the top. There's another statistic in Massachusetts that we're at the bottom. There's a disparity, there's a gap between folks who read and those who don't read. This is why these programs, and I brag all over the state, are so critical for you to read so you can go to that next level. So you can be a lawyer, a doctor, a firefighter, a police officer, school teacher, librarian. It's so important. So the Davis Foundation, we really want to really thank you. Reading is so critical. If we would understand how really critical it is, as Sally and Mary got it, they got it the right way. And as a community, we have to, because there are some numbers out there that are not good in our system. We are fighting in Springfield. Superintendent Warwick has done a tremendous job. We still have a lot of work and a long way to go. Because we want to read, right? Yeah. Every what? Yeah. I'm going to put a challenge. How many books do you read in a week? 1, 2, 5 books? Wow. 5? 110. That's, wow. That's fantastic. So I would like to put a challenge out to all of you individuals, and I promise I will be coming to make a visit at DeBerry. What grade is this? 3rd grade. Okay. K1 to 2. Wow. Exciting. So I will make a promise. Please, can you read within the next month 5 books? In a week. We're going to do 5 books in a week, and I'm going to check on you. Kudos to the Davis Foundation, to all the partners, to the librarians, and we will make this happen. Thank you, Davis Foundation, one more time. Thank you very much.
That just goes to show that great things come from the William D. Berry School, right? Well, I think I'll be the last one to speak before we get to give you a thank you for coming today. And my name's Jean Canosa-Albano. I'm the Assistant Director here at the Springfield City Library. It's such a magnificent feeling to be among all of you folks in the big people chairs who are so incredibly dedicated to the most important cause there is, doing everything we can do to make sure these beautiful children in front of us, along with their siblings, come to school with all the tools they need, ready to learn, to read and write, setting them up for success in school and in life. So much progress for and by Springfield youngsters has been made during the years that the READ Initiative has been a major actor in Springfield, and it's been my privilege to work alongside Sally Fuller and so many of you in this room to move the needle for reading success. Yes, we're moving the needle, right? Now the initiative is in the library's hands, and we cannot wait to continue this good work. So before we say thank you and send our children back to school, I'd like to one more time recognize some folks in the room and add a couple of folks to the list. Would be remiss if I did not mention our Health and Human Services Commissioner, who provides such great leadership for us in the city and for the library department. Thank you, Helen Carlton Harris. Aaron Kraft is here from the Department of Early Education and Care. And the Department of Early Education and Care is an amazing partner to the library with our Early Childhood Resource Center and in so many other ways. Thank you. Representing Springfield College as well as the school committee, we have school committee woman LaTonya Naylor. You just heard from Representative Bud Williams. First Lady Jamina McFadden is here, also representing UMass Center in Springfield. And the commissioners, library commissioners, Megan Lungi and Tim Moriarty. And of course, our mayor, Mayor Dominic Sarno, is here. The big shark.